Welcome back. So good to see you. We're talking about the $1 Million Quartet, and it's based on a real evening that took place December 4th, 1956, Sun Studios in Memphis, and there has been a Broadway production has been based on this amazing evening, and it is coming to our region. It's already underway at the Thousand Islands Playhouse. Huge production, and we'll meet the principal players right here. We have Jerry Lee Lewis right here.
Right here.
What is your name?
My name's Calvin Levesque.
Okay, playing Carl Perkins.
Josh Wiles.
Okay, Josh. And of course, Mr. Elvis Presley.
Michael Van Hevel.
And Mr. Johnny Cash.
Jesse McMillan.
Let's talk about that night, first of all. Let's see the actual photo of the $1 Million Quartet. It's a very famous photo. These four gentlemen showed up at Sun Studios, and this is the famous photo that came out of that. You guys have recreated a fictitious evening. Here we go. Look at that. Who wants to tackle, talk about, if you can, the aspects of the 50s that are true to what happened back then? Elvis.
Well, we tried really to be as honest in the telling of these stories as we could be. Obviously, there's a lot of liberties that had to be taken to form a dramatic production out of that night. But the things that do absolutely remain true is kind of the stories of what was happening or what did happen at different points in these guys' life, but all around sort of that night in '56. And of course, we keep a lot of the music is from that period, as well as outside of that period. You know, some of their big hits, but absolutely, we've tried to stay very true as we could be to that particular evening.
Well, this is based on a Broadway production, obviously taking liberties with what happened that evening. But did you do research into what happened that night?
Oh yeah, for sure. All of us, I think, had like a bunch of different books coming in. I know he was reading biographies of Jerry Lee Lewis. I went hunting around for as much Carl Perkins material as I could find, listening to all of the music to get all the musicianship down and the notes and try to emulate as much as we could the players that we're trying to be on stage. And so yeah, the research was intense, but really, really rewarding at the end, because we get to play these great songs with all these people and try to bring the stuff that we've learned to our performances on stage.
Well, Jerry Lee Lewis, the first few productions sold out. It was huge, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it's very physical for you.
Yeah, it's a nonstop party for me, because Jerry Lee Lewis, I mean, he's known for
The Killer.
lighting a piano on fire. I don't light a piano on fire on the stage, but no, it's very physical. Exactly.
Wait till July 15th, the final show.
No, it's nonstop. I mean, Sunday it was very warm in the theater and we were all feeling it, but it's a nonstop party, and the audience definitely gets that energy from us every night, and we get lost in it. I personally get lost in it for sure. Yeah, but no, it's nonstop.
Well, Johnny Cash, who's coming up to show you? People who are fans of maybe Johnny Cash and Elvis, or just people who love a good musical?
Oh, a lot of people. I get approached by Johnny Cash fans, especially after our opening. We had a reception, and people would just grab me and say, "Johnny Cash, I want to take a photo with Johnny Cash." And then they'd talk to me about Johnny Cash. How did you become Johnny Cash? How did you do it? And they just say, "Oh, I love Johnny Cash." A lot of people would say, "I've seen Johnny Cash. Did I hear that you once interviewed Johnny Cash way back in the day?" Yep. And a lot of people have history with him and really attach a lot of emotion in their past to Johnny Cash, and he is a favorite next to maybe Elvis Presley.
Well, it runs until July 16th, and it is a huge production, and not a bad review so far from the $1 Million Quartet taking place at the Thousand Islands Playhouse. How much time do we have left? We have minute 30, do you think? I would love to hear you guys in action, maybe an a cappella. Is this going to be part of the production?
Yeah.
Or is this an impromptu thing here?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, a minute 30, pretend you're serenading Julie Brown. Okay, there's Julie Brown. I want you guys to come in nice and tight here. I'll give you the mic. Enjoy yourselves. The $1 Million Quartet.
I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. I'm gonna study war no more. Well, I ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Well, I ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more.
The $1 Million Quartet. You were just serenaded by Carl Perkins, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis Presley.
I know. That sounded fantastic.
Yeah, and
you guys.
And they
well
play all their
done.
own music. There's musicians in this musical, of course, and it's going to be a beautiful evening.
Oh, definitely a show we don't want to miss. Runs until July 16th at the Thousand Islands Playhouse. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you later.